They say holy figures don't move on their own. But in a small town in Chihuahua, one did. And when it finally stopped moving, the town began to disappear. In a remote town in Chihuahua, there was a life-size statue of Christ inside the old church. Carved from dark wood. Ancient. Its surface cracked by time, its expression frozen in silent suffering. No one remembered exactly when it arrived. It had always been there. The strange thing was its weight. Men tried to move it once, decades ago. Strong men. Ropes, metal bars, even a small crane. The statue didn't move an inch. Not because it was anchored. Not because it was stuck. It felt rooted. As if the floor itself refused to let it go. That's when the nights began. Every evening, the church was locked the same way. The statue placed carefully behind the altar. And every morning, it stood somewhere else. Sometimes near the pews. Sometimes beside the confessionals. Once, directly beneath the cross at the entrance. Always facing outward. As if watching. At first, people blamed vandals. Then exhaustion. Then imagination. Until the priest began locking the doors himself. And still, the Christ moved. They decided to remove it. Not to destroy it. Only to place it in a museum, where it could be studied. They brought heavy machinery. Chains wrapped around its torso. Metal groaned. Men shouted. Nothing happened. The chains snapped instead. That same night, they built iron bars around it. Padlocks thick as fists. Unbreakable. At dawn, the church doors were open. The bars were bent outward. The locks lay on the floor. And the statue was no longer inside. It stood outside the church. Right at the entrance. Facing the town. That's when people started whispering. They said it walked at night. That if you stayed awake past 3 a.m., you could hear slow wooden footsteps on the dirt roads. Not chasing. Not running. Just walking. Some swore they saw it standing at street corners. Others said it appeared outside their windows. When danger was near. And strangely, nothing bad ever happened at night. Until one morning. The statue was back inside the church. Behind the altar. And it didn't move again. Days passed. Then weeks. That's when people started leaving. One family at a time. Without explanation. Homes abandoned. Lights never turned on again. They say the Christ only walks. While there is someone left to protect. And that when it stops, the town is already dead.